J'adore. Écoute, j'utilise pas de tapis de souris, donc plutôt casquette. Pour la porter fièrement. Ça marche aussi. Je t'avais dit quand même que peut-être que pour les 1 an, on aurait dû faire plutôt un épisode spécial Odoo Inside Her sur OnlyFans. Her. On verra plus tard. Voilà. Ah. Odie, can you hear us? Hi everyone, again every Thursday we have that meeting together between 9:30 a.m. to 11:30, depending on where you are. So funny thing is that sometimes we have a setup here. I told you about Arthur that is with us today. He doesn't have a mic, but at the beginning, so it's just a little thing so that you come earlier to the show. We were joking around in French, and then we realized the mic was on. Thanks for telling us, Marilyn, Odie, on Twitch. So the setup is really... what do we have now? Is there something else? Ah, okay. So we have... Oh, you want to take it? Yeah. Up. So we still have a bit of technique, not issue, but arrangement so that Arthur can talk with us during the show. So sorry for this, but it was really funny. So we had a good time preparing just a quick session today. All right. So as you can see, we still have the link for the previous sessions. You know that we have a big event coming in, like in a few weeks. It will be 1 year that we have this show. I'm very glad that it is working like this, that we can answer your questions every week. Let's have a look at the agenda for the future sessions. We initially planned to have next week something about Swiss deck, so the payroll for Switzerland. It is moving back to a regular Q&A session like this one, maybe animated by Antoine, so the other Antoine that you know as well. He would have been the guy for Swiss deck, but apparently it's just 1 or 2 weeks too soon. So I think we can already confirm it will be the regular Q&A session before logistics, a very interesting one with Chloé and Louis, experts in logistics flows in Odoo. So have a look at the question that you can prepare for that moment. Then we'll revert back to a regular Q&A session. And I can't wait to have again Emanuele for some technical sessions together. All right, so let me check, because with all the discussions that we had and everything, I don't know if we have a lot of questions yet, because I think that on LinkedIn, people are only coming now. Not sure. Did we keep the same link on LinkedIn in the end? Or? Yeah. 35 people. Okay, good. Perfect. Because I was wondering if we... yeah, I see we have questions from Suganti, returning viewer. Hello, thanks for the time. We noted that a custom license SaaS environment can be connected via external API website. Any limit on the API calls count? I think that those limits, let me check that, because I think that usually we have a count for that around 1 call per second. When we put a limit, that's the one that we have. I wonder if we have something reasonable use policy, something like, yeah, here. So, sorry, as you know, again, it's in French. So it's a very good one. You have an acceptable use policy. So if you think that, okay, maybe I'm going to call the platform too much, that's one place you can go. It could be that we don't explicitly tell you the numbers that we allow, because it will always depend of the current setup. Some calls are very short and not harmful, even if you have several calls per second. Some others are super big and can let's say, not bring down the server, but hamper the performances on other people's database hosted on the same server. So it really depends. For this Suganti, if you think that you will have a lot of API calls, I would anyway suggest maybe moving to Odoo SH, so that you can have a better control of what you do with the API, or even go on-premise. It's not mandatory though. It really depends of the amount of calls that you think that you will have. And usually you can compute that, because you know already how many, I don't know, let's imagine that it is a basic connection with Shopify. And you say, okay, I'm going to create calls so that I'm calling Odoo with no development on Odoo's side, just API calls. In that case, if you have, I would say, 100 orders on your website per day, that is okay. If you have several thousands, then maybe we are going to check with you if the SaaS is the best environment. Also talking sometimes with guys from Odoo SH, Stanislas that was here. Let me reuse that, because I think it was a good one. If I go to the Odoo Insider and click the link here, we had one with Stan on Odoo SH in the past. I think that those guys at Odoo SH, they amaze me. So where was it? Rental app. Was it this one? I'm not sure if we put Odoo SH in the topic. One of the tech session is definitely Odoo SH somewhere. I will find it back, but we had Stan. Stan is one of the guys from Odoo SH, and usually when we discuss those kind of, if not performances issues, how can we use Odoo SH the best? He says that very often people don't realize that it's better to batch a few messages. Giving you an example. Let's imagine you link your application to Odoo SH, you create some extra code. Instead of calling Odoo every second, maybe you should call every 10 seconds with 10 different sale orders to send to Odoo in a JSON batch where we have a list, so that we create everything also in batch inside Odoo. So you have just one call, one connection to Odoo. That is also something that they do, because if you call too much, it will raise a flag on our side and will be like, okay, is it reasonable that we call each and every second? Maybe the same feature can be developed on one side being batched and on the other side being just unit by unit. So that's it. So that is the answer, Suganti, on Twitch. Another one from Odimaz. Welcome back again. Also, hope that you that you could teach your learn a bit of French while we were talking before the session, Arthur. So Odi is asking, Odoo Experience was announced this week for September. Yes, it is correct. Will Odoo have V19 ready by then? So early this year. Yes, it is true. It will be ready because, in fact, that's how we release. It's almost like we release based on the Odoo Experience date. And that's why you have a new website here and you have the dates. And if you have a look, there's something really, really funny about this one. Let me check if I'm correct. Yes, you will notice that day, the 20th of September, is a Saturday. So we are going to move from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to Thursday, Friday, Saturday, just to see how the public evolves. We know that usually people are very, very tired on the last day, so we'll see how it goes with this day being a Saturday. We are really excited. It will be really new, so we don't know what to expect, but that's something that we want to try. We'll be in the same place as usual. Again, a lot of attendees expected, lots of conferences. You know, I talk a lot about that event. For us, it is super key. It's the moment where we spend time with colleagues, enjoying the shows, enjoying the conferences. I told you already on that show that we've seen very, very inspiring talks, even related to the IT and politics, IT and economics. So it was not only about Odoo, it was bigger than that. And to me, that's really an event that no one should miss in the IT world. Yes, Arthur?
So I've seen on LinkedIn lately that some people were arguing that upgrading Odoo so fast was maybe a problem.
Okay.
But there's also this mismatch about but we need more features and then we need to go in time and to update anyway. So what's your take on that?
I would say it's easy, but it will be a different answer depending on the client. It's a question that we have. Like 2 weeks ago, we had a partner coming here in Belgium, important partner in France, asking us a few extra questions on how we manage ourselves, different types of clients. And they were, the bottom line was in the discussion, they were saying that it's sometimes hard to migrate every version when you have a lot of development. And my answer is yes, of course it is hard. So you have the choice. So if we say it is hard to migrate or upgrade when you have a lot of development, you can reduce the amount of development or upgrade less often. And in fact, those are the two different solutions I would have. And so when people, and it's connected to your question saying, okay, if we have one new version every year, we need to have one upgrade project every year. Yes and no. That's what we do on the SaaS. We even have more than this because it's a rolling release system. That's why you will see that is only on the SaaS. You see that if I go here, I think we saw it last week. Yeah, I'm already in 18.1, so the last version. We are on our own database is on 18.1 as well. And it means that people in 18, they already have the choice now to migrate, to upgrade. I should say upgrade instead of migrate. I will come back to this after. They already have the choice to move to 18.1. So we have very short release cycle for people that, based on the platform, don't have a lot of development. On the other side, if you have very long release cycles, lots of development, and it's a pain point for you to ask your client to stop everything related to development for 2-3 months to perform the upgrade. I'm saying 2 or 3 months because it's really the time that sometimes it takes. Then maybe you should not have one upgrade every year. You know that every year is what we do for most of our clients. Then you have that. It's not a hard limit, but that limit of the 3 versions that we support. So that should be a guide. Like try not to make more than 3, and to prepare at the second version, so the second anniversary year of your version. Okay, maybe we should plan the upgrade because first of all, if you are hosted on Odoo, at some point we are going to force you to upgrade. Second, we don't cover. We don't have the bug fix policy applied to versions that are older than 3 LTS versions. So at the moment it's 18. So we support 18, and you can see that on Odoo SH 18, 17, 16. So if I go on Odoo SH, you have an example of that, I think, here. if I go back on Odoo SH and I click on deploy, you have the numbers here, 16, 17, 18. So those are the ones that are supported. Another thing that you can find is Odoo supported versions. I think we have some table explaining that on the documentation. Yeah, this one can help as well with the end of support. So the risk that you take is that if you take too much time upgrading, you will be outside of support. So if there are bug fixes, we are not forced to bring them. If it takes 2 minutes for us, we do it, no worries. Security upgrades is the same. And it's not only security about Odoo, it's security about the different Python libraries that we use, JavaScript libraries that we use. So it's way bigger than just Odoo. If you have a look at the team that we have internally, we have a lot of people that monitor what can happen with different tools that we use and that we embed inside Odoo. Because it could be that sometimes there are backdoors or things that can be exploited on those libraries. So we fix it and we keep up to date. And you have to realize that, for example, if I have a look at the versions that we have here, maybe Odoo 14, I'm inventing something here. Maybe on Odoo 14 you have some problem with the PDF library that we use for generating PDFs, or it could be something simple like that, where people would be able to exploit something on version 14, but it was already patched and it's not there anymore in version 17. So you may have things like those ones, but we have so many different libraries that it would be really hard to go through all of them and see, or to tell you today which are the different patches that we brought in terms of security. So long story short, upgrade depending on the type of project that you have, and if you have different types of project, you are not going to have the same release cycle on your side. All right, I see more questions on Twitch. Yes, here from OWN. Hi, in version 18, all available value for attributes are auto-populated when adding an attribute to a product. If you use attribute for filtering in e-commerce or use it for listing data on website, for example, MPN, manufacturer part number, this is not a behavior that is yeah, you say this is not a behavior that is not wanted. I guess you mean it's a behavior that is not wanted or expected. I can't think of a case where there is a logical use where all values for an attribute should be added in the variant if the variant creation is newer. Okay. Let me try to show that inside Odoo, because you say we have available values, auto-populated, yes. When we add new ones, I'm not sure of what you say. So maybe I'm going to show something, Owen, and you tell me if that is what you mean when in your question. Because I think that what you mean is related to this. If I go to the product, maybe I still have the products, yes, of last week, where, remember last week we had a look at how to import products and variants. So cool, I have a few variants here. That's excellent. Sorry for that. Let's have a look at the t-shirt here where I have different variants. If you remember last week, what I did is in the attributes, I said we have two different variants and the variant creation is dynamically. So it means, because it's dynamic, adding a new value here is not going to generate the potential product variants linked to the attribute. I will rephrase that. I'm going here, I go to the t-shirt variant, I'm going to add a new color, for example, yellow, blue, red, let's say green. If I do this, I save. Okay, good. It's not because I changed that I have more variants. Can we see it somewhere? I will come back to the t-shirt. You see. Maybe I see what you mean now, because then if you go to the variants, you have still my t-shirt here, but no, that is okay. That's the one I created last time. You still have the t-shirt, but what you mean is that if you are in attribute creation is not dynamic, you how can I say that? You recompute the different types of products. I suppose that's what you mean. Well, I'm going to show a quick example here. I will say color instant by opposition to the other one. And I would say also size instant, just to see if that's what you mean. Going here, I will this time create my t-shirt instant so that we know we can separate them. I'm going to use those instant notions, colors, and here size. And here I'm recreating new values because of course you are going to tell me, yeah, but green, yellow and blue, they already exist. Yes, but not for the same attribute. It's still a color, but technically speaking in Odoo it's not the same attribute. So green, blue, all right, size medium and large. Okay, doing this, I save 4 variants 2 by 2, so I have a green large, green medium, blue large, blue medium. And if I go there and I have a look, I will select 2 here and I will archive them because I remember that in the past it was also an archiving. What you mean, I suppose, is that when you add a new, let me check again the way you put your question, Owen. Okay, I will come back to this. So I see that if I say extra large here and I save, then it comes back to 6. So why? That's because we again multiply those ones and we show again the one that are archived. I should check also if we show again or if it is we recreate them all. And that, if you want to check, the debug mode can be handy because I can check the one that have been created a bit earlier. We'll see if there is a difference in terms of seconds. So 9:46, then 9:46 for the creation date, then 9:46. I think, will it be the 2 last ones? 9:46 and here 9:47. So okay, it created those 2 ones right now. I was afraid that it would recreate the other ones, but that wouldn't work if we already used them. So Odoo is going anyway to take those the 2 I took, unarchive them and create the 2 other ones. But it's not the example that you mean, because on your side on Twitch, while I was talking, you said, yeah, the attribute variant creation is never. But I suppose that what you said also is that it was a website issue. Yeah, on the website. Let's go here. Is it a product that is available on the website? Let's publish it. And I suppose that what you mean is that here you have all the different possibilities. Because you say, I can't think of a case where there's a logical use where all values for an attribute should be added in the variant creation is newer. Okay, if the variant creation is newer, so if I'm creating here a new variant, or maybe not this one because I was using the instant one. If I'm creating a new variant here, you say it shouldn't be added to the website. That's maybe what you mean, in which case, if that is what you mean, but I'm not sure about the question, so I'm going to speculate or to take some hypothesis here. If that's what you mean, what you could change is say, okay, if some of the product already exists, or if the attribute values that I'm going to add here is new, and you can base that on the former creation of other product variants on the same product template, you could say, then please archive them. So you could have, it's development, but you could have done something in Odoo to say, okay, because I added those 2 last ones, but I'm not sure I will already show them. It's maybe some preparation that I made because later I want to sell them, but I don't want that they are already available on the website. Then maybe that's what you want. The product exists, but they are archived. So it's not going to show on the website. Let me close those ones. It's not going to show on the website directly because I still need maybe to do some extra configuration of those products. If that's what you mean, I would say when you import or where you create those variants, have a look at the ones that you want to archive. From your last point, I think that it's not exactly what you want because you said that the creation of the value, the attributes here is, you said it's never. In that case, you have to create it yourself, to create the product variant yourself. And that triggers a question because usually the never case here is the one that allows you to have the most control on the website. Let's show that. I will redo the same with t-shirt never and the attribute color never. Oops. And I will create also a new one that will be size never. All right, here. If I do that, and I'm going again to create a t-shirt never, Okay, we have it here. You see that if you don't have the button here to click even on the variants, and if I go on the product variant, we have t-shirt never here, but you see there's no variant value or attribute value. I'm going to make that available on the website. I see maybe what you mean. Okay, that's maybe why you mean that people can select things while you said never. In that case, I think there's another solution, because you mean this. Maybe you have your t-shirt and you don't want people to select anything because we said, okay, it shouldn't be, well, that green and medium product doesn't even exist. And it's the same as with the dynamic, by the way. In that case, what you need to do is, you have also a list somewhere of combinations you don't want to have. And that has a name. I hope it still exists that way, because then I'm venturing in things that I'm not sure. We have exclusion principles. But is it available right here? Nope. Maybe on the blue. Exclude for. Yeah, for example, you can say that blue here is not possible with another color. So I'm going to check that. I already see what you are going to tell me is, yeah, it will be excluded, people cannot select it, but anyway, it will be shown. So that is an issue. I'm not saying that I'm sure that's what you are going to tell me, but it could be a valid argument. So if I go here, we said blue, let's imagine that blue cannot be with medium. So product template, it is t-shirt never, we said, t-shirt never. And it shouldn't be available with, so it's blue cannot be with medium. Is that it? Let's try. Not there, here. If I select blue, yeah, it's telling me combination doesn't exist. So that is what you can do, is having exclusion principle. But it's true that if you have, let's say, 10 different attributes, you will see them all. So maybe the best, that's some improvement that we can bring, which is, okay, if we are in never mode, don't show the combination that cannot happen, because it makes no sense to show it. But combination, you want people to be able to still select blue, because maybe they want a large one. In that case, you still need to show the colors. Maybe you rather would have to design this widget to show the attributes in a different way. But that is my take on this. Let me check if you give me a bit more information on this use case. Existing attribute with several values, and the type is never. Add that attribute to another product. All the existing values for that attribute will be pre-populated. Wait a second, because here you're telling me, sorry for the other ones, it's happening on Twitch, so I'm going to read aloud what Owen is telling us. It is all available values are then added to the product. When you have an existing attribute with several values and the type is never, so an attribute with several values, let me show that at the same time. When we have an attribute with several values, like color, color never, yeah, and the type is never, and add that attribute to another product, all the existing values for that attribute will be pre-populated. Yes, okay. So if I will do that. I will do that use case. I go under pants, and this time I will create a new product. Pants never. All right. Don't mind the thing here. See if I say color never. Okay. That's what you mean, the fact that we pre-populate all the values, but you can remove them. Is that what is bothering you, or is the fact that they will be pre-populated on the website? Okay, so if I do this, that's maybe what is bothering you. Okay, I see. I'm still not sure if what matters is the values that you have here, or the fact that it will show on the website, or both, because if you have several values here. Okay, but is it different if I select another attribute? Let me check, because I'm not even sure about that. If I say size, all right. That's a good point. It's funny because I've never seen that. So you see the difference. It's when color is never, we load all the values. When it's not, well, it's a different case. We don't populate all the values. It's a guess. I don't know why we do that. We can have a look at the code. Let me check if we have lots of other questions. Well, we have a few already. So it will be a bit long, but the best way to check that would be to go in the code and see if why at some point we populate the value or not based on the based on the attribute configuration. Let me check that. I'm going to, yeah, it's create underscore variant, so I guess there's a possibility to find it quite quickly. I just want to quickly see if I can find it. Fuck, I forgot the name of it. Create variant. Okay, product attributes, create variant IDs. What is it going to be? It's going to be on the product template when I'm changing the value there in the lines. So that's maybe where we are going to have this create variant. Okay, when we change create variant, compute is configurable as configurable attribute. That's going to be a bit long. Is configurable. Okay. Configurable if it has dynamic attribute. It's maybe not this one. Where was it? It was that I need. So that the creation of the product, it's roots when we are going to change these lines. It's going to be maybe a bit longer than I think to find it. Because in the end we are going to set containing existing product template attribute value combination. Okay, is it there? Okay, this is for the product variant creation, and usually the lines, it's at the on-change. Maybe making a mistake here, sorry for that. Let me try again, the pants never. I just want to retry something. Is it here? It's when I do this on the attribute, I select color never. Okay, so it's really the selection here. It's maybe on the, what we said last time. What is the object here? It's the product template attribute line. That's maybe where I should go rather than this one. Let's see if we have something like this just before. Product template attribute line. Do we have an on-change somewhere or depends? These attributes. Yeah, that's the one. I just need to check something here. Back again. Is it? Is that is it? No variance. Okay, it is. If we have an attribute, when we change the attribute, if we have an attribute where the create variant is no variant, that's what we are going to do, and we put the values. So yeah, we do it on purpose, but there's no explanation why we do that. There must be a logical one. Is it simply to make life easier? Because otherwise we filter the ones. We put the values. Wait a second. I don't know. From what we have here, I cannot infer the reason why. I can understand why it could be bothering you, but short answer is, if you don't like the behavior, and luckily you are in an environment that allows you to change that, maybe you should change it here so that you don't generate or don't add those product attribute values. But it's not a minimal error, but you could still remove them before you save. But it's true that it's better in terms of usability, maybe not to overload some place, and maybe you have 20 different values, and between 19 and 20, when you remove one, and then you for whatever reason you change the attribute ID, I can get for why it would be bothering you at times. But don't know. I don't know why it is done that way. I like to have a look and try to figure it out, if not from the code, sometimes from the comments, because you will see that there are a few places like either comments or either things like this one, which is a comment. You will see some information explaining why we did that. Another possibility, by the way, just mentioning here, going on the blame place, and let's see if someone explained it here like it was 5 months ago, but that's maybe not related to the exact reason. With creation is never all related values were not automatically added. Some improvement. Okay, users can update the default extra price for attribute values on all linked products through a confirmation dialog. Okay, so it is that commit that is introducing that change, but it's not saying why it did. So maybe if we have a look at the issue that was reported, we would see, let me check, is it that? No, that's the pull request, it's just the text, okay. I don't have the reason why. Sorry for that. Okay, I'm going to move to another question. So Owen, I don't have the reason why. What you can do is a bit of extra code to avoid that behavior if you don't like it, and later eventually use the exclusion principle, even though it's not great. I would love to have something like on the website, and that's my take, personal one, that when we have exclusions, we make it easier to select the different combinations. Maybe that is perfectible. I wonder, I should check on other websites how it is done. I don't know if it is better on some other websites designs, but yeah, you got my point. All right, another question this time maybe on LinkedIn, just to switch a bit between the different platforms. I see that we have a question from Mohammed Aboshkair. I'm not sure about the pronunciation, and guys, don't blame me for that. I have a question about, can you explain more about RFID solution, like we encoding RFID tags directly through Odoo, and will be available only for V18. I don't know if it will be only available for V18, but I have the feeling that it's that if I go on YouTube on Odoo's website, I think I've seen something about the RFID very, yeah, that is us, guys. I have the feeling that I've seen something about the RFID like just before the session here, like this morning. Let me check. There was something about Odoo, yeah. Yeah, there's the demo of Fabien during the Odoo experience. That's the one. Let me check. It's scheduled. So, wait, when is it? It's today, right? Live in 4 hours. All right. I will be a bit, I will take the easy road. If you want to learn about the RFID, we have a show in 4 hours about this question. So it's pure luck that I see this one, but it's today. Maybe I can answer part of it of what I know that we do. But have a look at this one. It's like in 4 hours if you are still up at that time, because I don't know the time it is for you. We have people from all around the world. I know that Marilyn, that is following us for a long time, is from Australia, so it's not the night yet, but at least the evening. So yeah, go and have a look at this one. But for your question, we've been using RFID for a bit more than just version 18, but it's in different places. What matters for RFID, it's like, I will oversimplify things here. It's a place where you have a different interface for the input. Like when you have a barcode scanner, you, thanks to optics, you will scan black lines on a white background, usually, and you read that, you put that it's a chain of character, you know the encode. And that is what we scan. Odoo can interpret it. We know that we receive this in just one batch. We look for the barcode, boom, it's okay. In fact, the RFID is just a tag that is, I think, magnetic, that we are going to read, but not with a barcode scanner, with a machine, a device that is able to read that. And for Odoo, it's more or less the same. We listen to something. This time it's not to an optic that will read black lines. We are going to listen to a device. And we already had that. If I have a look at Odoo attendance, I know it's not a device that I like a lot, by the way, because maybe I should not go Odoo attendance, but Odoo hardware, because there's a piece of hardware that we propose that is a bit weird. Do we still propose it? We had for the attendance module, we had something where you could just scan a little badge. I don't know if we still promote this one. If I go to the attendance, wait, manager, the employee, revolves, need to check if it's in the employee that we are going to talk about this one. Nope. I don't know if we still do that. So maybe I'm going to be a bit lost if I don't find it. I know it was, that's for the industries. No, for hardware store, nothing, it's not related. I don't know, maybe we don't provide it anymore. It's for the point of sale. I don't think it was related to the POS. That's one here. That's that one. So this is already working, in fact, so that you can scan and change the employee on the POS, for example. So if you ask me, does Odoo already work with RFID before version 18? That was already active in version 15, I think. So it depends on what you want to use it for. But if you are interested about the demo that Fabian did during the Odoo experience, for the stock take, for example, that is, I think, version 18. Let me check also very quickly in my database if we have here something. We mentioned barcode, but we don't mention RFID stuff. Another way that we can check that, usually it's very naive, and that's because it's a topic that I don't know that much. So I just want to check a few things, like if we have even a module that has that name, or if we have code inside Odoo that references directly some RFID keyword or things like that, because I don't know if the demo will be done about, I'm on the blame one. I don't know if the demo will be done about version 18.1 or version 18. So let me check. Do we have something about RFID? Yeah, you see attendance kiosk mode, we say if it will be barcode or RFID. Do we have something else? Barcode. You see we have things with RFID stuff, so it was already there. But it's true that we don't have that much. It's just in the barcode nomenclature. Okay, so the barcode nomenclature, if you want to know, we have it here. Do we have something? Default GS1, I suppose, and then it's in the nomenclature lines that we are going to have this. Where are we here? In barcode nomenclature, okay. Where was it? All right. Into GS1 barcode. Okay, and then that's where my knowledge will stop, because I don't know if there's some place where we mention explicitly that it will be RFID. So for this one, have a look at the video. I will have a look at it too, and promoting the next meeting that we have, there's the logistics session next week. So that's also a moment where you can discuss that, because very often RFID is tackled there. It bothers me because I realize I know so little about this, and I don't like that. But here I don't see how I could test that live, or I could find a way to make this work in this environment. So we'll postpone this question. Have a look at the video this afternoon again, or the logistic talk. On my side, that's not a place that I can test or have a look at quite quickly. But again, it was already existing before version 18, depending on what you need it for. Okay, I see another question on LinkedIn, a very long one from Smith Parmar. Currently, we have one of my clients is in the mold accessories business, where they are getting, I'm checking the text at the same time, but it is too long, right? So mold accessories business, where they are getting fully customized orders from customers. Customers share drawings of the customized product with them, and they are procuring this product through MTO. So what they would like to do is attach the drawings to each product line, and if they already confirm the order, they would also need all the images to be added directly to the purchase order. Is it possible or not? Yes, it is possible. let's see how we can do that. When I read this, I'm like, okay, there are maybe different ways to do this, but I don't know which one would be the best. So let me have a look again. Yes, if you can come back to the question. So it's the one just above. So if you can just go above. Yes, it's this one. Yes, sorry, I need to reread it again or to get me here. So drawings for the products, but all the products are unique. Then fully customized orders. Okay, I need to know if the products are customized or not, because it will be an answer that will be slightly different. But let's imagine that you want to attach drawings somewhere. I'm going to add my finished product here. If it's just about adding some drawing and it's one file, for example, the easiest way, but I'm not saying that it will match perfectly what you need, would be to go here, edit the list view, and add, let's say, I can check also if it doesn't exist already. You have binary things like here, I'm going to add an image field. You see here it's a, I will say, SO line image, all right. And you have different widgets. If you keep that widget, it's maybe going to be very big in your sale order, so maybe you don't want it. Let's keep it that way. But you see, you have different widgets if you want. But you see already here, it's making the line bigger. And of course, you can maybe load images here. And if that's my image, you could do that. That solves the sale order line part. If you mean, no, because my products are unique, I should select the image of my product. Very good. Let's put the image of your product here with something else. Yeah, you see my favorite companies we work with. Of course, I'm kidding. We have a drone here. If you want to do that, another possibility would be to go here, create a related field, maybe there. Edit the list view. Related field, I don't know if I can use a related. That would go to a product. The image, yes, I'm going to be able to do that. But is it going to propose? Yeah, it's not going to propose the best widget. So let's check that one. SOL image 2. And then, yes, we have this one. Okay, so that is different. You see, either you create one that is on the sale order line, so not linked to the product, or you retake the one of the product because your product is unique. So you have the choice here. Having this, if now you want to send that information to a manufacturing order or to a purchase order, I don't know what, but I think you said purchase order. In that case, the best would be to find a way to find this line for the purchase order line that you need. If it's a unique product, that is easy, because on that unique product, you would have on the purchase order side, if I create a new one, whatever you are going to do, I suppose that you do it in a maybe you said MTO, right? If we go back to the question, I wonder if it was not there was not any MTO mentioned on LinkedIn. Otherwise, I can check that. Yeah, sorry. Yes, it's MTO. So okay. So if it's MTO, I'm continuing to assume. But do you produce them or do you purchase? Drawing to each product line, it directly conform to the order. There will be also the image to be added directly. The purchase order. Okay, so it is MTO but purchase. So I'm going to change also the information right there. So do we? I'm going to put some information here with another company. Do we have some vendors? I'm going to create one. Vendor 1. Okay. And then we have the image here. We need to say that it will be MTO and by. Okay, here it's not MTO. I could make it MTO or even worse. I'm saying worse because we won't have the link directly. Do this so that it's a pseudo MTO. Yeah, I don't like this one because every time it's not saving if you don't change something in it. So yeah, right here. So now if I have that finished product and I need it, it's going to try to purchase it. But if I purchase, of course, I won't see this on the purchase order because on the purchase order line, I don't have this information. What I need to do, if the product is unique, that's going to be, I would say, straightforward, because we could prepare the creation and say, I'm going to prepare the action for you so that we see the effect of it. If we create an automation rule, that will be create add image on PO line. I could say, all right, it's on the purchase order line. I'm saying that it will be easy, but maybe not, because I don't know how data fields behave. Yeah, I'm not going to even add a rule. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to execute code, and the code that I will execute is trying to find a sale order line that is linked to the same product. You told me it is unique, so it should be only one that we have, and then retrieve the same image, and we'll see if it works. So for that, we are going to, while we are on the purchase order line object, I need to have a reference to a sale order line. Oops, and say that if we search for it, oops, yeah, it's a bit small there. I could maybe make that a bit bigger. Yes, search for this one, and we say here it is sale order line. We search for the sale order line which has the same product, so it would be product. It's the product template. No, it's a product ID. Would be the same as here the product ID of my current purchase order line. Okay, and I'm going to say if test or if len test equals 1, no, equals 1, then maybe what we can do is take the record, write on it, and say that as we write on it, we are going to write what we are going to write on the new field I created, and I need to find this name because I forgot the name of it already. Purchase order, you know that you have a place where you can find the fields. If I go at the very bottom, I see, I didn't create it yet. Yes. Let's start with that maybe. That would be a smart move. Okay, let's put whatever here so that we access Studio. And I'm going to create the same kind of field image right there. And PO line image. So now, yeah, when you know what you put as label, you will know what you have as a technical name here. So doing this, and let's try to see if this works with Xstudio POL image, and we make it such that it is the test, because it's my line with Xstudio this time, SOL image, and we'll see. I don't know if it works, but it's a try. As we do it at the creation, maybe what we can do on save is say, remember that I'm going to use an update domain that is related to the fact that it doesn't have an ID, so that it's performed once. That's maybe stupid. I'm not an expert into that, but I'm going to assume that as it's anyway MTO and it's going to be a line that is generated, and the line cannot be generated with the product, the purchase order line, I mean. When you create the purchase order line, the product exists and the product already had a sale order line. And so, as it has a sale order line, as I'm creating the product, the purchase order line of the product, if it doesn't have an ID, it means that it is not created yet, and I want to separate the case where I'm saving. We've covered that in the past session. I want to split the cases where, on one side, I'm saving my record, and the particular case where I'm saving because I'm creating it. And in order to do that, you can use a before update domain where you don't have an ID yet. So that's what I'm going to use. But ID, of course, I have lots of matches, but I cannot find it here. Yeah, it was at the beginning. So I'm going to say is not set. That will never match any record, because by definition, if the ID is not set, they don't exist. And so that this will be performed only once. As we are copying binary information, which is heavy, I want to avoid that we do that every time that we even edit the purchase order line. But then it could be said that, okay, but if we edit to change the product, then it doesn't work. Yes, that is true. Then it would be a different case, and I would maybe have to come back to what we say here. Or you could base it on the change on the product ID field. Lots of different things that you do, but as you said, MTO, usually it's not the case that happens in MTO anyway. So, okay, here I was having a look at, do we have a sale order line with that product? And if we do, take the information of that sale order line. It's based on the MTO case with the fact that you have unique product. Otherwise, my way of solving it would maybe be different. Let's try this. Let's go back to the PO here. Remove this one. I'm pretty sure we'll run into problems, but that's good. I go back also on my SO, because at the moment I think the SO I didn't validate it, or did I? No, I didn't. Okay, let's confirm. Now, confirming this one, even though I have finished product, what I'm saying purchase vendor 1, it was not triggered, I don't think. Oh, in version 18.1 maybe it is. Let's have a look at the, yeah, okay, it is. We have this, and we got back the image. That's perfect. Okay, that is working. If that is what you need, that could work, but that is a very specific case. I need to know if we need to improve that on your side, because, oh, you forgot to tell me something, but that is, in a nutshell, how it could work. What can we improve here? Yeah, it's really specific, because it's easy when you have a case that is narrow. If it's not MTO, maybe it will be harder, because what if we have, in fact, you told me that it's unique, but what if it's not really totally unique? Like you have the same client that orders a second batch of exactly the same product. Will it work? Yes, if the image is the same. But if not, maybe potentially this one is going to give you back different records here, so we don't go into that if, so we don't write here. It really depends. Maybe if we have more than one item, we need to take the last one, because we would assume that it's the last one that for which we are going to create a PO. So you see lots of ways you can improve that. I'm going to archive this one simply because otherwise I'm afraid that it's going to bother me after. But you know that in the automation rules we still show the archived one, so I know it is existing. Okay, going to YouTube this time. I see that we have a question on the helpdesk module. By the way, can I ask you for a refill, guys? Yes? Thanks a lot. I'm running on coffee. Thanks. Many thanks. Yes, no. All right. Helpdesk module, if the ticket stays in solved stage for more than 1 day, it has automatically moved to closed stage. Odoo, how to achieve this through automated rule? That is a question on, I think, YouTube, yeah. That you can base, again here, I'm not going to be able to show it because of the time it takes to run, but you can say in helpdesk or in whatever. I don't have a helpdesk here, I think. So do I have, no, I don't have the helpdesk. No, let's add the helpdesk. Apps. Helpdesk. Okay, let's install this one. All right, and then go here. Helpdesk ticket should do what? It should move to close. Now that's it. I think that's what you wanted. Let me check. I think that is it. Helpdesk module, if the ticket stays in solved stage for more. Solved stage. Yeah. Okay. But all right. Helpdesk ticket. So we go on timing conditions after last update. Last update, but it's not the last stage update, so it's not going to help me. For this one, let me check if we have better. Save the edition UI change. No, it will be based on a date field, and I need to reuse the date field. That would be after last stage update. Yeah, that is the one. After, and then you have days, 1 day after the last stage update. What do we do? But we do it only for the ones that are in stage. And then I'm going to use solved. And that, if we have it here, I'm going to say, okay, let's. This one I think I could use, instead of using execute, I think I could use the update record. That would be better, so that for once I'm not writing Python code. we are going to say we move the stage and we choose. We don't have the done stage here. I'm going to create it quite quickly because solved is maybe done, but on your side, the way you formulated the question makes me think it's not exactly the same. Overview. Can I have a look at the settings here? Not the stage. Okay. New tickets. That's funny. I'm struggling. Yeah, that's the place I go. You will see it should be on my side because if I go in my tickets, I was like, I'm not in a Kanban view. I can go here, but of course I'm not in the case of one particular team. So I was struggling to find this button to have the different stages. Sometimes I'm a bit slow, guys. I'm sorry for that. Okay, done. As you can see, I'm particularly bad. All right, done. Right here we have it. So now we go in search more, done, save and close. This should do it. And then you have a small note of Odoo because we don't technically really trigger it like just one day to the exact second, but it can vary. But for one day, you can accept to have maybe a few, here 2 hours of delay. So based on a date field, that is the last stage update, which is some information we keep. We've covered that in past sessions. When you create a new ticket here, you will see that you have a bit of timing. You see 1 minute. That is also how we, based on the same kind of field that we get that information. So when that is in progress, or we move it to solved, if it stays here more than 1 day, it will move to done. But only if, let me check, if we are in stage solved and it was the last stage update. So if I move it back here, then I'm putting my counter back on last stage update to now. So I still need to wait 1 day. And this time it's not in the stage is solved, so it won't be triggered either. So that's how I would solve this one. It was a question from Shreya Priya on YouTube. So which other one can we tackle? So I see here, hello Antoine, can you explain the correct way to use the on-site takeaway in Odoo POS? Is it the same attribute as in the kiosk? I have no clue. Let's have a look. Correct way to use the on-site takeaway. I'm not even sure of what we're talking about, but let's have a look at that. So I guess that you are in a post-restaurant environment. So I'm going to add this one because I don't see where we have that information. I know on our side we always explain, hey, you have a how can we say that? You have a change of fiscal position in Belgium, for example. We don't have the same taxes. If I go to a restaurant, I eat on the spot, or if I take away, it's not the same fiscal position, so it's not the same tax that is being applied. But that is an accounting setup. From the formulation that you use, it looks like it should be something more than you have, and I have the feeling, thanks a lot, my fuel, I need it, particularly slow today, so it's really helping a lot. Some Monster, but I like coffee. In fact, yeah, we have Monster that we received from the event. Yeah, you can. You want to talk about the Odoo event that we have? You maybe will hear Arthur's voice, or
this time
Gautier's voice.
Hello, this is a newbie here. We have a great event coming on the 18th of April. And 19th, of course, from Friday to Saturday, and it's a great gaming competition, and it's gonna be a marathon, and there's gonna be competitions, sponsors, side activities. So come
to see the words there, but come for fun.
Yeah, come discover Odoo and come play games with us. See you guys.
Yeah, we have lots of events at Odoo, sometimes not at all related to work, and those are excellent. But so this one is open to everyone? Huh?
It's employee retention plus...
yeah, plus some extras. But would you have some, again, some Twitch activities with some other people that will stream at the same time? Because you did it last year, no? Yeah, sorry. At the same time, I'm looking for the information here, trying to...
All right, I feel then. So yeah, it's
okay,
3 competitions.
That is it. Okay, let me find the information. I'm very sorry because I'm not answering the question at all, but it's a fun one. So it's Odoo Arena. Okay, I see you share it on.
It's the 3rd edition.
All right, that is it.
TH, obviously.
Okay, and so people can subscribe? Okay, can come and
people can register. Yeah, of course. They can come to play or just experience the event. It's in our HQ in Louvain-la-Neuve.
Okay, it's here.
Belgium.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quick question for you. I don't know if we have a lot of gamers on, maybe more on Twitch than on LinkedIn today, because usually it's a gaming platform. But
yeah, sure.
Is it possible in the setup that you will have to, I don't know, maybe have people, why not Odoo insiders that play against our employees here?
Yeah, sure. So there's many possibilities. Basically, we have 3 main games.
That are here.
Two that are first-person shooters.
Okay.
And we also have
League of Legends,
for example.
Okay.
But we can also do some track. Like we have driving simulators.
Yeah, okay. But
we
then
have
you
2
need
in VR and 1 in normal driving setup.
All right.
With a screen. We can do time attack and stuff like that.
Okay.
Compare our timings. Maybe some consoles with football games.
Okay.
We have the kicker upstairs.
Yeah. All right.
So, yeah.
I'm continuing on my idea. So if I want to, I don't know, play a 2v2 or something like this on Counter-Strike against people watching the show. So guys, if you really want to have a fight with Odooers, that would be possible. We could create a server and we.
So I do rent a server.
Okay.
And we can basically set up whatever we want.
Okay, I will think about that.
So
that
we have the main
fun.
competition for Counter-Strike Friday. That means for free play or like outside competition just for fun.
Okay.
Easily done on Saturday or at the same time Friday.
Good.
But yeah.
All right. It is far from the question that we asked at the beginning, but I like the idea of I don't know, finding another activity that you can have with people we work with every day, or our partners or the clients. That can be fun to have.
At Odoo, basically, we only have activities for sport people, and not for really geeky people or people outside.
Okay, yeah.
And so this is why it became Odoo Arena.
Okay, excellent. All right. Yeah. Good. Okay, so I'm having a look here at the same time that we were discussing for answering the question that was, hey, can you explain the correct way to use the on-site takeaway in Odoo point of sale? I suppose that is, I don't know if it's linked to the self-ordering, because then you see you have some pickup zone and extra things. It's not payment, it's not POS interface related, nor the categories, accounting, sale. So is it what you mean when you want to see the difference? And by the way, for this one, I'm going to save it, but you know that from time to time, I also go on demo.odoo.com for the sake of the demo, because there, at least, I know that we have a lot of data that is already prepared, and usually when it comes to kitchen stuff or POS, same, I told you last time with the appointments, if I need to test or demo something quite quickly, at the very least, I have already, you see the restaurant is here or the bar. So I'm going to, again, naively connect and see what do we have here, opening the register. So where's my cursor? Yes. So if I create a new order, here, eat-in, takeout or delivery. So you see you have a different option here, delivery. You then select a contact. If you click on 18, that's the regular case and the first option that is selected. But I don't know when you say what is the correct way. It's vague because this could be, I'm going to select my bacon burger with sweet potato fries, and the person is eating in, so that's correct. And I will process the payment. I will pay by card, I validate, and I get to the new order, and I create another one. And this one, it's for a takeout or some delivery. So that I don't know. And if you are on the phone or if the person booked it through the website, you can say, okay, that person will check it at that time, and it's for Antoine. And then you can add a few things again. And then you know it's takeout, and eventually you take another one because while this one is ordered, the payment will maybe come later. So, and you see here you have the date and time. Maybe you want to this time take a new order on a table, so it's eaten by default. So you can this one, there was already an order in fact on that table. Let's select this one. I can put some espresso. So you see, that is how you can use that. You have different orders. Some are takeout, some are eating in, but I don't know if that's what you expect. By the way, it's fun because a few things I discovered them at the same time I'm talking to you, because that button I don't even know if it was on version 18, and that I like sometimes to illustrate. I'm going to connect quickly to a runbot environment, because that is the beauty of it. It is so wide, the amount of applications that we have, that sometimes when I see a thing like that, I'm like, okay, but when did we started offering that kind of feature? And so I'm curious, out of curiosity, I just want to see if we already had that in version 18, or if it's 18.1 stuff. I think it would be there already in 18, but maybe I was not using it, or I didn't see it before. Yeah, here. No, it's fun. Maybe it was somewhere else. Price list, tax, cancel order. Okay, that seems to be from this version 18.1, this one, that we have that little thing. Several ways to test that when you want to know, and that's my case. I'm sorry, because I already answered the question, but I want to go further and discover a few things. You know that we have the release notes, and usually not 18, but 8.1. So do we have something more in terms of restaurant? No, maybe it's in the POS. ZPL, POS presets. That's maybe, no, we don't highlight that, so I guess that's something that was not configured on this one. Just want to see that preset button, what is it? It is. So I'm going here. It's not perfect what I'm doing, because there are maybe other ways to know that. I'm trying to find a place where post settled due. Okay, let's see if that module was already existing before. So that would be going here. It's maybe enterprise version, so post settle. Okay, it's not there. Oops, let's try it on enterprise. But here, as you can see, when you do make a search on GitHub, you are always on the last version. So post settle. Okay, improvement here. We talked about that already, but then it's I'm wrong in thinking or assuming that it was a module name. That could be also some error on my side. Let me check the other thing that we have. No, it's here. So it was already there, apparently in version 18. Looks like. Or maybe it's nothing to do with that. In fact, my search was not good, since what I was doing was having a look at a bit of the code here just to see if it was related to the eating button, but it's something that is not directly related to that. Do I have a place where I can guess what is inside here? Not really. Select the preset. Okay, then take out. What is this button? Do we have extra information that can help me find where it is located? Modal stuff. Here, what I'm trying to look for is some text that I would find unique enough just to have a look at the code, but I don't see something that could help me. Another thing that I could look for is just takeout, but takeout or 18 maybe. Let's again that naive try. If someone already knows the answer and is commenting on the platforms, tell me. So here, yeah, we don't seem to have that in version enterprise, that 18 thing. So any Odoo here, no, the search is not correct. But here it means that that preset doesn't. Where was I? Doesn't exist yet as such, that the notion of takeout or eating. I should maybe download. I can do that on my side maybe. While we talk, I'm going to update my sources here. It's going to be maybe a bit long if I do this. So pulling the sources just to make to change to 18.1 on my computer and make a search on my local environment instead of on GitHub, because GitHub is only targeting version 18. So if I need to check if it's in version 18.1, I need to have the sources somewhere. So that's going to be long. I'm doing this in the background, and I will try to give you an answer if I can find it while I'm answering other questions. Okay, Another question from a returning person. Thanks a lot, Stefan, Smart2BC Stefan on Twitch. I have a question about upgrading Odoo on-premise. I have a database on Odoo 11. Ooh, that's an old one. And no enterprise subscription. Can I... there is the cursor. Can Odoo upgrade it for me via upgrade.odoo.com? And do I need to pay for an enterprise subscription if there is not one purchased for the DB? Yes. So in fact, that's a case that we allow. We have a wonderful product, and even the community version is a wonderful product. So if you use it for a long time and you say, now is the time that I go for Odoo Enterprise, and you want to upgrade, you can. You need to purchase an Odoo Enterprise license. And what we are going to tell you is that from now on, you will be on Odoo Enterprise. And in order for us to accept your upgrade when you go on the upgrade platform, and I can show you that. It's a good question, by the way, because to me it's simple, but I can understand that it is something that we are not sure about the rules and what you can do. But you put once you have paid the contract for that database, that is in V11 or even V6 if you want, that's okay. What matters is the target version. We still have the script for migrating from very, very low to very, very high. You say, okay, this is my subscription code, and the subscription code, you get it because you pay it. Because you have a contact with one of our salespeople. We are going to have a look at the number of users that you have. But as soon as you have that enterprise subscription number, you put it there, and you can send your database to the upgrade. The only thing is that, and that's very important, you need to be in a yearly mode. We don't accept on-premise contract in monthly mode. So you need to be in a yearly mode, and then we will upgrade your database. Okay, so that is something that you can do. You just simply ask us, and that will work. At the same time, I'm talking. I was telling you that I'm performing my little changes on my side just to make that research after. And we can move to the next question that is, again, very long. It's so long that I think that, yeah, I have the whole question. Because next time, it will be like a one-pager, super long. So this one, good luck to output it on the screen, guys. So I'm going to read it aloud again. My clients want to provide manufacturing services to their clients as job work. The process involves receiving raw material and a bill of material from the client and using their own workstation for the manufacturing process. However, this job work process differs from the regular manufacturing operation. They do not want the received raw material to impact their own inventory. Instead, everything should directly reach the workstation for processing. Once the manufacturing is completed, the finished product should be sent back to the client. How can this be implemented in Odoo while ensuring proper tracking and compliance with job work regulations? I don't know what is not at the moment tracked correctly in Odoo in your example. Because what you can do is that if we talk about using the raw material that you receive, you have a BOM, I suppose that you produce that end product. And what you want to do is when you receive the raw materials, you don't want to impact your inventory. So when you talk about compliance or how to implement it, I suppose, it's a real supposition, don't hesitate to comment your own question. I suppose that your struggle here is to say that you shouldn't count the raw materials as inventory for your own company, because otherwise, like anything that enters your stock, that's maybe something I should explain. I'm going really into the hypothesis here based on your question, but when something enters your stock, you are going to have some valuation taken into account in Odoo. So if I go in the inventory, reporting, valuation, don't forget that this one is only visible in debug mode. You see here, I have no value in my stock. Why is that so? Either I don't have stock, or I said to Odoo, I will manage that manually, so don't bother me with that. If you use some inventory valuation where you say everything that enters in my stock should trigger new journal entries and things like that, Odoo is going to consider that the incoming product should indeed create those accounting entries. And I'm going to do that maybe on my other database, because I think that the previous one that I have on version 18 that I used a few weeks ago, if I remember well, I have a few AFCO and FIFO products, so that's maybe better for this example to continue the discussion. right here. So am I? No, I'm not in debug. So let's go in debug mode, and then let's try to go to the valuation. Valuation. Yeah. Ah, no, I don't have it. Maybe it's not the right company in the US. Yes. So that's what we would have, and we have valuation. And maybe you are going to tell me, yeah, but that I don't want, because in fact the stock is not my property. Then if that is the issue, but again, comment if I got the idea about the compliance and what you want to achieve that is different. What you can do in the settings, if I remember well, you can use a notion of ownership of the stock, and you can say that when the stock enters, you can say that it is a different owner, so it's not you that is the owner. If you are not the owner, you are, it's not contained in your valuation. I'm looking for it, but I don't see it, so I don't know if it's here or if it's in the accounting that we have this, or stock account things. Let me check. Cash holding, intrastat, sale receipt. QR code, c'est pas vendor bills, no payments, default account, stock valuation. Okay, it's not here. I know that it existed, and I suppose it still exists. If I don't find it, where could it be located? What is missing? Okay, that one. We are going to open a lot of drawers today because here, you know, I want to save. It's telling me, hey, you have this. That's something that could be perfected in Odoo. Here it's telling me, hey, in fact, I would like to save your settings, but you have those fields that have not been completed, but it's showing fields that are not on this page, but in different places. So read this and try to guess where it is located. Document spreadsheet, so I guess it would be in the documents app. Where documents, all right. Yeah, that's why. Let's put whatever here, payroll, t-shirt, blah, 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 t-shirt, save. And then we're good. So that is a few extra modules. You have, we create the fields, they are not populated. You need to do it the first time at least. Okay, going back to the question about the owner, I don't remember where it is located. So another naive thing could be going here, consignments. In fact, it was there, I didn't see it, so it's already there. So if I go in my stock, maybe not this one. No, I think it's locations there. Yeah, you have owner. So you can specify an owner. You see here it's already there in my stock, so it's not going to impact me. But if I purchase something, let's do it. I will purchase something. I think I will be able to set the owner at some point. And let's do that. Yeah, good. I'm going to reuse my FIFO or AFCO product, FIFO product, and 1 unit, yeah, that's good. Do I have already an owner here? No, I think it's later in the reception. Assign owner. I'm going to put an other owner and see if based on this we still have the valuation that is triggered. Because that, it's a guess. Yeah, it's just saying that it will be assigned to this owner. It's just a guess, but I think it doesn't generate these accounting entries. Let's try. So valuation. Yes, there's nothing. It's supposed. This is a good sign. Valuation. Let's go back here. While usually my FIFO product triggers those kind of lines, you see we don't have anything for today. So because it is linked to our owner, and we can have a look at the location here. We have this one. It's not triggering anything. So it can go anywhere in your stock. This is owned by someone. That is not you. So if that is the question for the bill of material. And that's the only one I can see related to what you said. Maybe there's something that I don't get. Can you have a look at the name, just scrolling up a little bit? So it was from Divya Rai on LinkedIn. So if you hear your name, don't hesitate to comment on your own message. Because apart from this, the rest is straightforward. Manufacturing process, you purchase the FIFO product. You are going to create another extra product in the end through the manufacturing process. You they do not, yes, so they do not want the received material to impact their own inventory. Here it's the case. It is impacting the inventory in terms of numbers here on quantity, but that you need to have it, otherwise Odoo won't be able to complete the manufacturing process. But at least you can put it in a specific location if you want, where you say, okay, this is coming from different partners, or you can use the owner just to exclude it in some reporting if you want. Finished product should be then sent back to the client. That is okay, regular process. So I guess it's not the question here. How can this be implemented? I think that was the question that you had. Tell me if it's not the ownership related and the evaluation. We can go to the next question in the meantime. Yes, we have another one from Bas Obgelder. We have suppliers who have promotional sales on some of their standard price list items. In the end, this means an additional discount for the end customer, but also for us as a dealer. How can you achieve this? Achieve having and seeing the correct margin on a sale order for these promotional items, because the price change, due to the special discount, but also to the purchase price. That is going to be tricky. So what you're mentioning is that you have standard price list, and you have a promo on top of that from your supplier, and you would like to reflect this on the sale order. And I guess that this is happening, and that's, I'm not sure, but it looks like because you have a specific sale, you will reach maybe a different layer of promotion for your supplier, and you would like to reflect this in the sale. If you want to really stay standard, then I would say use a price list, because that's the only answer that we have when it comes to promotion. Well, this, or as you can see, since we have, I think it's version 18 that did that, you have the discount thing here, and you can say if it's a global fixed amount or on all other lines, so it's an extra discount that you can apply, but then it's not related to the purchase order. If you need to do that, I would say it would be maybe an extra development, or having price lists that are really, really specific to deals. So that's we can try this. If you go and say minus 20%, you know that I'm in the US company. I will apply it on everything, and I will say my minus 20%. It's a formula, and I will base it on the other price list that is my regular USD price list. Okay, and then what it does is minus 20. So if you have, let's imagine, a special vendor discount, additional vendor discount for a series of products, eventually, you could say here, let's click and add another formula on another price list that was the minus 20%. So in the way Odoo computes, it says, I don't know if it starts from bottom or from top, but it says anyway, I have a price on the product. I use a price list to compute the first price on my first price list. Oh, but my price list, in fact, is based on another price list and then on another one. And so Odoo will find a last number. So here, if I have a look and I'm adding another discount of 3.45, for whatever reason, it would be that amount. I'm saying this, and it's on all the products, but maybe you say, yeah, but it's a selection of products. Very good. Then for all the products, you keep formula saying, in fact, it's nothing, there's no change, but for my product in particular, like my designer stuff here, then it's a formula where we base it on another price list. That would be the minus 20, and then, oops, we will have this. All right, if you do this, you see that, and I'm using that special promo price list. If I'm applying this on the designer, I have an extra discount. If I'm applying this on the other, any type of any other product, it will be 0 discount based on the other price that is given by this. That is minus % discount on other product. That is based on this. That is no rule, meaning take the sales price on the product. I'm saying this. It's not deal related, but if you really want to stick to the standard and it is deal related, you will have to create many different price list items like these ones. Another possibility, showing you this. When you go on the quotation here, I'm going to add, what was the product? It was designer, right? Yes. If I do this, then you see I have a price list. By default, it's selecting this one because my customer here, the default price list is USD. But if you want to change it per deal, you go here and you say special discount. Then it doesn't change the price because I have a button for forcing it. We don't know if you made a mistake and you want to update the price or if it was intentional. So that's why we do this. And then you have a number, and you can see the number is not rounded. That's because it's not 20%. It's 20% plus an extra discount on top of that. But you see here, it's adding 0%. Maybe that is where you want to add the supplier discount. You could add another 3% if the, let me rephrase that. If what I did here is not correct to you in terms of price list extra step, and the number here wouldn't work for whatever reason because it's too complicated to put in place or blah, blah, blah. Maybe you can add the discount here and not have it, you do it here so that you have extra discount there instead of on the price list, and add maybe a discount reason or reference to the purchase order so that you know that this one you have 3.45 because it is linked to the purchase order that you already confirmed or for which you have an agreement with your supplier. It's not automated, but at least you can track the information and there's a bit of manual encoding depending of if this is sufficient or if you need to add an extra discount. But that's if you want to stay in standard, that's what I would recommend. If I miss the point because your flow is way more complex than this, then the answer would be custom development. And then we talk about many different ways of doing. Maybe it's rather from the purchase that you would like to push a discount to a particular sale order. In this case, you would have here, we have the discount field somewhere. Yes, it's on the right. If you have a discount here and you say it's 2.34, then maybe you would like to have a magic button here that says, okay, send that discount on the same product for that client. But then we talk about development, about information being sent from the PO to the SO, and then we need to know the rules or the security that you want to put in place, so that is a bit different. Okay, moving to the next question. I see a lot of people talking today. Am I right? Yeah? Okay, that is good. Job work means only providing services. What is related? Yes, okay. But that is all right. That is related to the MRP question that we had before, I think. Let me close this because I have a lot of things open. Yeah, I still need to come back to that POS conversation. So manufacturing, but that is okay. If you want to create your finished product in the bill of materials, your finished product, then you can add some service in the form of a service product, or under the form of not service product but work orders. In that case, it's including this saving, and you will see what it does on the manufacturing, where you will have bill of materials, finished product, and here in the operations you create your own operations, and the operation can have a cost associated to the employee, so it depends how you want to handle this. But anyway, let's imagine here it's service on timesheet, and I'm going to use my what was the product that I used for this configuration? I can use a FIFO, my FIFO product if I want. Then I don't have it here, so I suppose my FIFO product is not. It's not on this database, that's why. I will use, for whatever the reason, the pants never that we used earlier in the call today. And so if this you receive from your client and you don't want to count it in your stock, same configuration as what we've done. You have extra service on this. This one will be entering your stock, but not counted, will be consumed, and then you shipped your finished product, and that is good. That works. Another question on Twitch this time, Nello OO. I see the module properties on Odoo website, but I can't find it on Runbot. Any possibility to try test it? Yes, I see what you mean. I suppose that's the industries. I was like, okay, a module that is called properties, but I suppose that's what you mean. Industries, let me check if that is properties. No, it's not proper. Maybe it's property management, like real estate. Yes, that is what you want to do. Nello on Twitch. I suppose that's it. You see, the issue, if I can say, is that the module itself is free, but you would have to buy Odoo Enterprise or to have a version for that, so you can put it. If you have Odoo Enterprise, you can add that. If you want to try it, I need to check that. Because it's true. Let me check that. Do we have the technical name somewhere? Condominium. Okay. I think that if I go here, apps, condo, no, it's not there. So I would need to maybe go on Odoo SH, but it's supposed to be working here. I'm not sure about the industry. That's a very good question. Let me investigate there. If I click on buy Odoo Enterprise, yes, okay. But if I have it already, but I'm not signed in. Let me try. But I have a Odoo Enterprise contract under my name, so I need to test it. I'm going to make another test because I don't know if that's something that we have. as a separate branch on our side, like industry. Yes, industry. It is public, so that is something that you can go. You can see it's public, and so if I look for condo, then I have it here. So I could use this one in version 18. I'm hesitating here to do something to test that quickly. Based on the Odoo SH, that would be a good addition to this show. I'm thinking just to see, yeah, we have the time, we can do that. All right, I'm here with version 18, good, which that's mine. Let's check if I can do that quickly. Yes, all right. I'm not going to answer your question, by the way, because I don't know how you can test it. I'm going to say how I can test it, but you, apart from having an Odoo SH environment like this, so if you are a partner, that would be free because you have access to Odoo SH in test mode. You can do what I'm doing because this, no, not this. Where is it? This one is free. So what I need to do, let's go back here, industry. I will just select this one so that I'm on my side, checking, well, taking this branch because I don't think I have it. Like, do I have the Odoo industry somewhere? Ah, no, I have the industry. That is it. Then, same as earlier, I can go here, and you will see that I can pull the information. Okay, but it's going to be long. Because we have a lot of code, so it's 3%, 4%, 5%, so it's taking a bit of time for this to be there. Once it is there, I will put it on, let me check, on my computer. I will add a few modules in the branch so that I can push it to Odoo SH. You could be doing that on your side just to test it, but if I remember well the goal of the industries, I'm sorry because I'm trying to think at the same time on how to make it work for you. The way you can add it would be, to me it works online, but I don't know how to make it work. Let me check one. I need to go on our own Odoo just to see why I cannot see it, why I think I have a contract under my name for Odoo Enterprise. So I need to check that. So having a look at my own subscription just to see if that's something I can benefit from. If not, that's definitely something I should tackle in the next session. Pop. I have one here. It is in progress. Why is it not working? But it's also my contract is on Odoo SH anyway. Okay, it's not a good example because my contract is not on Odoo Online, it's on Odoo SH, and for Odoo SH I already have a solution. So it was a question from Nello. I will try to have the answer by real estate. Yeah, okay. Checking your answers. So you are not a paying client yet. But how to test it? At worst, I can give you access to this test environment if I can make it work today, so that you can play a little bit with it. That would be okay. Let me check if it is working. So I have my industry module. I'm going to show you part of this in my folders. One moment, because again I have many things there. So I have industry, so that is my folder, and you see that I have my condo, but you said on your side it's real estate that you want and not condo. So do we have real estate? No, it's not like this. So I guess that's rather this one that you need. So I'm going to select this one. I'm going to make a ugly thing. I'm going to really, what I'm doing here is for the sake of the test, I'm going to copy paste this into my other, let me check where it is, in my other project, repository or Git repo locally, so that I can push it later on another place. So I will put this in staging, and what is the name of this one? Action server. So do I have it? Yes. So I have it here. That's the place where I would go And do I have, if I go here, say, I think that's the one that we are talking about. Sorry for moving windows. Can I make this one bigger? No, it's not this shortcut. Yes, that would work. So I need, I'm there. Yes, it's the same place, so I can check out to my patch 1. Yes, good. I'm there. I think I don't have anything more. No, I do have new stuff. Good. I created many branches still from compared to last time. So I'm going to copy paste my industry module from one place here. Oops, not the copy. That condo to my action server. I'm going through the interface so that you can see it better, but I could do it command line, but I'm also more familiar with the interface than command line. So now if I do this, I should have my condo thing somewhere. Oh, it's not the same folder. I thought it was. Action server, let me check. No, it's there. I didn't see it. It's in blue. Sorry for your screen. I guess it would be the same for you. So I'm going to add this. I don't remember if it's AM or MM. I'm not sure. Let's try this. I suppose. Yes. Then let's do that. I will put some information here that is a bit more private. Authentication failed. I need to use another password. One sec. I need to find this on my computer again. Sorry if it looks like it's nothing is moving on your screen. Trying to do that quickly again to push the information. Then yes, it's good. All right, so we should see something moving here. Yeah, the build is queued. I'm adding the condo industry. That's what I'm showing here. I'm not going into lots of explanation about Odoo SH, but this was explained with Stan a few months ago. So what I'm doing here is trying to push just that module, in particular on this database. I hope that's okay. Not create a new build. Good, it's already available. So let's see here if it's available and testable and installable even. Maybe I will find a few things. So connecting on the environment, you see there's no module even created. I will just quickly check if I need to update the apps list so that I have my condo. It's not there. What is it named? Yeah, but it is the name that it has. I hope it is installable or it is visible like this. No, it is something that we download and then we upload as a another kind of application. Let me check. That's maybe why I didn't get it. That's maybe that. Then you import the module. I'm going to move that. Yeah. I'm going to move that here. Okay. Yeah, it's not in a zip file, so I need to zip it first. I would suppose that is it. Okay, let's create the zip file here. Is it going to work that? Checking if it works. Do I have anything telling me in the logs that there is a mistake? Looks like it's working. So it's long. I assume that the modules that we did are typical modules like the ones that we have for the rest of Odoo with a lot of Python code and blah, blah, blah. But it is true that the industries, and that would explain why it is testable or importable on the SAS 18.1. Those modules are meant to be used on Odoo Online, and on Odoo Online you cannot have specific Python code or in very limited places. And so I assume that it could be installed as a regular module on Odoo, but it's not, and I could say that because of the structure that it has. It's a bit complicated, but if you remember previous, and if you are not an old timer, but if you participate to the session regularly, you know that this is not the typical structure that you have, because we don't have a model folder. There's not an init Python file. The only Python file that we have is the Python here, that is just the definition of the module and a bit of extra explanation. So it's very, based on the structure, you can tell that it's not a regular module that we have, simply put. And seeing that, I was like, okay, it's normal that I don't see it, that I don't like either. But I'm maybe in version 18.1. So I was like, okay, it's not showing as a module like we have, like all the different applications that we have here, simply because it's not the same type of module. And for those type of modules, when you are in debug mode, you can import a module and Odoo expect a zip file. So that's why I went there. When you do that, there are a few, and I think we can see it here from the manifest file. I guess there are a few dependencies. Yeah, it's telling you which data file to load. Sorry, it's ugly in that color, but it doesn't matter too much. And then we say, do we have the dependencies? Yeah, it says what it depends on, the module that it needs to install. So I suppose that even if I failed installing the condo thing, the other ones are installed. Not even sure. Let's refresh that. Yes, so it installed everything, every dependency, but not the condo module. So this one, I need to check on my side if I did things right, or if I'm on a version 17, well, that the version of the module doesn't match the version of Odoo. So that is some check I need to perform on my side, on the industry, and then yes, okay. You can see it there. What I'm trying to accomplish is I'm in version 17 at the moment, so I'm trying to upload a module that is in version 17. And can I see it, by the way, right here? Do we have the version? I did it. You see it's version 1, so we don't have the version of Odoo that is supposed to work. So I'm going to retry it, this time with the right version of the industry. It's a very long story, but you shouldn't have to suffer all of what I'm doing. Usually, it's way simpler. You go here, you click on Buy Odoo Enterprise, or if you already have it, it's already available for you, and you are going to specify, well, to download the zip file and do what the last step of what I'm doing right now. Here you see, that's what I meant when I was saying, hey, it's version 17 at the beginning here, and now I moved to version 18. I'm able to then go back to creating that zip file. So going here, I will zip it again. Compress zip file. Yes, I will even call it condo2. Okay, I have it here. Condo2, cutting, and oops, not here. One step earlier, pasting condo1, condo2, and I will take. Again, not here. Apps, import. Condo, it's not a good one. Condo2, and let's try. I'm not saying it will work. I'm saying that I understand why the previous one failed, which is different, but I hope it will work. Okay, while it is doing that, I'm checking quickly because we only have 15 minutes remaining. From Azan Kimizielma. Can I pack products in parcels and then place the parcels on a pallet on Odoo? Yeah, you can. Different ways to do that. You can put things in packs that inside Odoo, and you also have the notion of packaging, where you say that some products are, for example, in packs of, let's say, Coca-Cola cans. That you can sell them by the unit, or you have packs of 6, and then several packs of 6. You can put them on a pallet, or even in a pack. It's a bit longer to explain, but again, I'm going to tell you that next week it's about logistics, and definitely that's the kind of thing that they show, or it's a question that you can address there. It's not that I don't want to answer the question, but I know that there will be better people for this next week, and we still have a lot of questions. Yes, 20 February. Yeah, it's correct, no? And we are, yeah, I'm wrong. It's in 2 weeks, yes. Thanks, Arthur. I was That's very good. It's in 2 weeks. The first one is next week. In fact, the date of today is not there. It's in March.
It's in March. Yeah.
Okay. Give me the. Do you have the right? The address? The date, so that I change it here because I'm confusing people. Do you have it here? The logistic one?
I have
the schedule. And we already have it here. Wait a sec. That's the one.
You see, after the birthday.
Logistic. Okay, that is it. All right. That's a bit longer then. I'm not going to make you wait that much.
It's confusing for February and March because we have the same numbers for the weeks and the days.
That is true. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to redo that, and I think that I'm going to share that on LinkedIn for the next ones, so that we align with everything that is here. But it's true, so it's in March. I thought it was already February. But last week I was already showing the wrong information then, at least for the logistic ones. The rest is okay because it's regular Q&A session, but good.
We can ask Louis to come.
To come next week or in 2 weeks, yeah. I don't know if they are prepared. I've heard them talking about that session yesterday, so I know they are preparing something for the logistic one. But then I'm going to have a quick look at that question after we check the condo stuff. So it must be, let me close this one. So it installed anyway, so that is good. And you have here condo. So I hope I still have access here. So you have infrastructure, properties, building, condo, distribution keys, owners, a few things here. So if you want to test that, simply, you know what, I can invite you to this one. You just have to quickly send me a message on LinkedIn, and I'll invite you to that database so that you can test it if you want. That is a possibility. All right. Going back to the question that we had previously with the pallets and the quantities, I'm going to show that as well. So I'm closing that Odoo SH stuff. And yeah, going to the products here. Inventory first, because I need to check what is the configuration that we have. Packages, I'm going to add them. I'm going to also add the packs or the pallet stuff, because it's two different things. Planting cost, storage location is very good. We have two things that are different, and I don't see the second one that I wanted, because we have packings and pallets and things like that. I have the feeling that today I'm really struggling to see things in the configuration. Let's save this one anyway. In fact, it's maybe already there. So we have some packages, okay. And on the products, do we have the packaging? I hope it's still there, by the way. Inventory. But I don't see it. I suppose it's still there. If I don't see it, then that's maybe a problem. So if I type pack, unit of measure, yes, that's maybe that. I was told last week that is a change, important one, I think. Last week, very luckily, I was sitting next to a product owner at Odoo, and he told me, "Hey, have you seen the changes that we made on the units?" And I think that is related to it. So my explanation for version 18.1 would be different than for 18. But it's a good. Let's have a look. And I'm going to to discover it at the same time that I'm talking. So you may not see it because here we still have the post thing that I will close. Let me try to see. Yeah. Or I can separate that. I'm using a guide, visual guide here, so that you see, if you pay attention on my screen. This is version, I know it based on the name, this is version 18, while this is version 18.1. And you are going to see a change, and we are going to have a look at the release note after. And that's why I was struggling and I couldn't see it. In the config, I will type the same thing, pack. Right. I was telling you I was looking for product packaging, and you see you have packages and then product packaging. It's not the same thing. In the sound, in the writing, it looks the same, but it's not the same concept in Odoo. And that's what I was looking for, trying to answer the question. I don't remember if it was on YouTube or on LinkedIn, but it was about, can we put product in packs and then in pallets? The answer is yes, at least in version 18. I hope it will be the same in version 18.1. And then looking for the information in my new database on 18.1, because I always want to be on the latest version for the demos that I make, even though I don't know it perfectly, far from there. Here you see that when I'm typing pack, let's compare both. You see it's not the same information that shows. Okay, this one is unit of measure and packaging, and the other one is product packaging. And I think that we can have a look at something else that is here. Unit of measures. You see here, if I type units, I have units and packaging. And if I go here and I type unit of measure, it's not the same. And we can also see that here we have package type, how it is contained, while here it was completely different with some types. So in version 18, you had unit of measures, then packages that were groups of items with the same unit of measure. In version 18.1, it looks different. And I'm having a look at it looks like we merged things together. That's cool. Here we have an example of pack of 6. But is it the demo data or is it me that did that? Let me check. I think that it's coming with the demo data, because I don't think that I created that. Metadata, yes, this shows that it is not created by me. It has an XML ID that is linked to a module that is not that is Odoo's property, so it is not my creation. So let's have a look at what is a pack of 6 in my product. That is good. Coca-Cola 3 centiliter, and I have units here. I will keep this one. Let's say it's €1 for this one, and I will duplicate. I'll say 6 packs, and I will do this, and then it's a bit higher. And logically, it's a different product, because when you if you are in a shop, you have different barcodes. So it's also maybe something that would be a guide for telling you that it is different. Okay, so this is what we have, and then comes the extra layer maybe of pallets after. I just want to check if we have this, because I'm wondering. The palette will be different because it's not something that has a specific. Well, it has a specific barcode maybe, but in GS1 it's not the barcode that you have on the product itself. So I'm going to continue this, and I'm going to say that eventually we purchase lots of Coca-Cola packs. Yes, I see why you smile. All right, purchase price. Oops. Here we have that. I confirm. Then in the reception, I hope that, yeah, we are going to put things in packs. You see, you have put in pack, and that pack, if I remember well, you have a pack here, and that could be a pallet, for example, and that would be this. I didn't create it before, but usually you will have different package types, and those package types, you see the sizes, the carrier codes, eventually the weights that they have. But usually I should have maybe said the palette of Coca-Cola. All right, and that is how you would have it in Odoo, knowing that here you see I click on the put in pack because I'm using the interface like this, like the regular interface of Odoo. But usually those kind of things, you don't do it that way. You use a barcode to scan pallets that are predefined, and so that Odoo knows when you are going to scan the pack, or when you are going to scan the product, because we know that the information is already pre-existing inside Odoo. All right, we still have a few minutes, so I have a question on YouTube from Aider Al-Basri. How to pin items in main screen in point of sale? Let's check that. And you know that I was telling you that I like to go on the demo environment for the point of sale. So I'm going to reuse the demo environment just because it has already lots of things. All right. Okay. Restaurant, I guess we will have something that would be, if it exists, we will have something that are already that are already pinned. Let's check. If I create a new order, do we have things that are pinned over there? Do you know? Because it doesn't move. In fact, if we have that, it should be defined in the product list of the point of sale. So by default here, you see all the products that are sold in the POS. So you have point of sale here available. Doesn't look like we have an option for pinning this stuff. But maybe it can be achieved. Let me check. What you can do, the best. It's very generic, but you can have something like called favorites. Okay, so you have, let's say, I love bacon burgers, and I would put this in the favorites, and then can we eventually have? I think that we have an option like this one, but I'm not sure. Something for saying, hey, open the favorite place. Let me check if I can close this one, go back in the backend and reopen it. But before I reopen, I would like to see if we have some place where we say which is the category that should be opened at first. Yeah, maybe I need to close the register first. Let's have a look. A new order. Oops. Close register, blah blah. Nothing in terms of sales. I can go there. Yes, let's remove all of that. Because it's saying me you cannot, if you have draft orders. We have one ongoing. Okay, can we complete it? Okay, close register. All right, going back. Because you know, you don't have, in the configuration, you don't have access to everything when you're, can you say that? When you don't have the register that is closed, some options won't be possible to change. So let me check here, and that is the one that I need to check. Remember, that was still an answer I needed to give back. So do we have some place category? Yes. Then we have favorite, so we restrict. Yes, favorites. Okay, but we cannot say the default one in terms of categories, because I hope that it's not selecting. It's maybe selecting it per. How can I say that? Per order. So I'm going to do this and then add again. So it was pastries and drinks. Yes. Did it keep my order? No. So is it here in the categories? Yeah, I guess that's it. I need to move it on top. Okay. Now let's go back and reopen my restaurant. All right. Yeah, so what you can do is have something like this so that it's not pinned, but it's very easily accessible in the favorites. Because it looks like we don't have that pin option. I think it's the case. I didn't see any guide visual thing telling me, hey, you have the possibility to mark them as favorites. Exceptional from this, but I don't think that this is POS related. Well, we can have a look. I can go back in the backend, then reload again, just to see if that would be different. And I'm going to move. In fact, I should take another one this time because this one we know. I will bagel, but bagel is in bread, and I don't think that it was available. Let me check another one. Upper body, lower body, pastries. This one. Okay, blueberry muffin. Let's put it here and see if it will be shown above the rest. You see, unless the apple pie is also a favorite, Apple Pie, no. So it's really that notion of favorite that could help here for your demand. It reminds me of something. Yeah, I forgot to complete my explanation that we had when we went into the settings here, having a look at that takeout stuff here with the 18 option that is a POS preset. Okay, and so that I can check if we have in version 18 or if it's really version 18.1 stuff. So Odoo, and I will look for some presets, POS preset. If we have that object already existing, that's maybe telling me that it was there in version 18 and not only 18.1. POS preset, no, it's not there. So that I think it's really something that came with version 18.1, that notion of preset, because otherwise this object should be known in the code base. So that's also another thing that is telling me that this model is very, very new in Odoo. All right, guys, we've been discussing a lot. I see lots of other questions every time. I have the feeling that we have more and more. It is great, and I'm sorry that we don't have the time to answer everything. But you know that it is possible also to enter in contact with your consultant for those questions, but in a private way with your real client behind or yourself. If you have questions like those ones, we have tons of consultants to assist you for this. I'm very glad that we had few moments to talk about the event. That's fun. I hope that we'll have a few people from Odoo Insider trying to participate to this Odoo Arena. What is the date again?
18th and 19th of April 2025.
Okay, we still have the time to prepare, so I will mention it again on the show. And
yeah, sure, why not?
I'll try to have a team trying to
and
to beat you guys. Huh?
We organize, so we are there.
Ah, okay, you are there, but you are not going to play.
Last year I had the opportunity.
Okay.
But we'll probably just manage and be at places and.
I'll try to see if we can make a small team of something just to play against hardcore Odoo Insider gamers.
We also have like board games and easy stuff. Like you don't need to be a hardcore gamer.
No, but then that means board game means physically here.
Yeah.
Because I have the feeling that we have lots of people that are not close from Belgium on the show, so that's why I'm focusing.
They can take a flight just to see us.
They would take the flight, okay, just to play a board game with us. That's next level dedication.
We have Mario Kart to Switch. Maybe it can be played online.
All right.
We'll see how it goes, how it's possible, but sure.
All right.
It's open to everyone.
Perfect. Well, as usual, thanks a lot. I will post next. You have access to it anyway. I think that the source of truth is here if you want to know what's going to happen for the next sessions. I will try to, next time I start, review this one based on the Arthur's file that is here. So, yeah, that's it. We see each other next Thursday, I hope. Thanks a lot for the time that you spent with us. The questions that you have, the quality of the show depends on you guys. And yeah, see you next week. Bye-bye.